These are 10 modern bands who sound like they stepped straight out of 1973, and they're proving that rock and roll will never die.
Welcome to the Hotel California.
While the music industry's been dominated by pop and hip-hop for decades, something extraordinary has been happening underground. A movement called the New Wave of Classic Rock has been quietly building momentum, with young musicians picking up vintage guitars, cranking tube amps, and channeling the raw power of bands like Led Zeppelin, Deep Purple, and Black Sabbath. These aren't tribute acts or cover bands. They're original artists who've taken the DNA of 70s rock and injected it with modern energy. Let's start with the band that broke everything wide open. Greta Van Fleet burst onto the scene in 2017 when their single Highway Tune topped the charts for 4 weeks straight. The comparisons to Led Zeppelin were immediate and unavoidable. Jake Kiszka's voice sounds so much like Robert Plant that even Plant himself made a pointed comment, saying Josh borrowed his voice from somebody I know very well. But here's the thing about Greta Van Fleet. They don't just copy Zeppelin, they modernize the template. From Jake Kiszka's bluesy guitar wizardry to the band's dramatic dynamics, songs like Safari Song capture that epic 70s energy while feeling completely alive and contemporary. They've sold over 1 million tickets worldwide, won a Grammy for Best Rock Album,
and the Grammy goes to From the Fires, Greta Van Fleet,
and proved that young audiences are hungry for this sound. The controversy around their similarities to Zeppelin only fueled their popularity, and their 2024 album Starcatcher earned another Grammy nomination. But Greta Van Fleet didn't create this movement, they just brought it into the spotlight. The real pioneers were Rival Sons, who formed back in 2009 in Long Beach, California. These guys have been perfecting their Deep Purple and Free-inspired sound for over a decade, building a reputation as one of the hardest working bands in rock. Jay Buchanan's commanding vocals and Scott Holliday's muscular guitar riffs echo the driving power of Smoke on the Water, but with a modern edge that's earned them 2 Grammy nominations. Their song Do Your Worst became their biggest hit,
Take it when you're older, but it likes on you.
racking up over 60 million streams and proving that classic rock radio still has room for new blood. What makes Rival Sons special is their authenticity. They've opened for legends like Black Sabbath, the Rolling Stones, and AC/DC, earning the respect of their heroes while building their own legacy. From Los Angeles comes Dirty Honey, a band that made history before they even had a record deal. Their song, When I'm Gone, became the first track by an unsigned band to ever hit #1 on the Billboard mainstream rock chart. A feat that seemed impossible in today's music industry. Dirty Honey channels the gritty swagger of Aerosmith and AC/DC, with Mark LaBelle's powerful vocals and John Notto's blues-drenched guitar creating an authentic rock sound that cuts through the digital noise. They've opened for Guns N' Roses and The Who, proving they belong on the biggest stages. Their 2024 album, Can't Find the Brakes, shows they're not slowing down. If anything, they're accelerating. Meanwhile, across the pond, the Struts are keeping the glam rock flame burning bright. This British quartet doesn't just play rock, they perform it with theatrical flair that would make Freddie Mercury proud. Adam Slack studied the catalog of Slade, T-Rex, and Mott the Hoople before crafting the Struts' stadium-ready anthems, while frontman Luke Spiller channels classic glam with modern charisma. Their influence runs deep. Dave Grohl called them the best opening band the Foo Fighters ever had, and they've collaborated with rock legends like Tom Morello and members of Def Leppard.
This girl, she's a real star.
With over 850 million streams and counting, the Struts prove that rock spectacle never goes out of style. From Australia, Wolfmother brought the thunder with their 2005 debut, essentially kickstarting this entire revival before anyone realized what was happening. Andrew Stockdale's soaring vocals and the band's Black Sabbath-influenced riffs on songs like Joker and The Thief created an instant classic that went 5 times platinum in Australia and sold 1.5 million copies worldwide. Their success proved there was a global appetite for this sound, inspiring countless bands to follow their lead. Nearly 2 decades later, they're still going strong, with new material ready for 2025. But this movement isn't just about recreating the past, it's about expanding it. Take Kruang Bin, the Houston trio who blends 70s funk and psychedelia with influences from Thai funk and surf rock. Their name literally translates to engine fly in Thai, and their groovy, exotic sound channels the spirit of George Clinton while creating something entirely new. Their 2024 Grammy nomination for Best New Artist shows how the boundaries of classic rock revival have expanded far beyond traditional guitar-based drums formats. Larkin Poe represents another evolution of this sound, as the Georgia-bred sisters Rebecca and Megan Lovell channel Southern rock and blues with a contemporary feminist edge. Their Grammy-winning album Blood Harmony and their 2024 Americana Honors Duo Group of the Year award prove that classic rock revival can honor tradition while pushing boundaries. Their upcoming album Bloom continues to cement their role as torchbearers of American roots music. From Canada comes Crownlands, a duo that perfectly embodies the movement's spirit. Featuring singer-drummer Cody Bowles and guitarist Kevin Como, they channel Led Zeppelin's power and Rush's complexity, while using their platform to raise awareness about Indigenous rights. Bowles is half Mi'kmaq from Nova Scotia. They've already earned the respect of Jack White and Primus, who've brought them on tour, showing how this new generation respects their elders while forging their own path. Temples brings British psychedelia into the mix, channeling Pink Floyd and T-Rex through albums like Sun Structures and Hot Motion. Their lush, dreamy soundscapes prove that 70s revival doesn't have to be all about heavy riffs. Sometimes it's about creating cosmic atmospheres and trippy textures that transport listeners to another era. And then there's Måneskin, the Italian sensation who've taken this sound global in ways no one expected. Starting from second place on Italian X Factor, they've merged classic rock foundations with modern pop sensibilities, bringing Rolling Stone's swagger to a generation raised on streaming platforms. Their success shows how this movement has spread far beyond its Anglo-American roots. What makes this entire movement fascinating is how it emerged organically across different continents simultaneously. In the early 2000s, young musicians in Australia, America, Britain, and beyond all started reaching for the same vintage sounds, as if rock and roll's DNA was calling out to be reactivated. The success of these bands proves that great songs and authentic passion transcend generational boundaries. Critics argue that some of these bands sound too derivative, that they're more tribute than innovation, but that misses the point entirely. These musicians aren't trying to reinvent the wheel. They're proving that the wheel was perfectly designed in the first place. In an era of digitized, processed music, there's something revolutionary about 4 people in a room, with analog instruments making earth-shaking noise. The movement's impact extends beyond just the music.
Watch the incision on your very own children.
These bands are bringing back the art of live performance, the importance of album artwork, and the idea that rock shows should be events, not just concerts. They're teaching younger fans about the masters while proving that this music still has the power to move people. As we move through 2026, this new wave of classic rock shows no signs of slowing down. Greta Van Fleet continues touring massive venues. Rival Sons is writing their next album, and bands like the Struts are celebrating anniversaries while planning futures. What started as an underground revival has become a full-blown renaissance, proving that sometimes the best way forward is to remember where you came from. Rock and roll isn't just alive, it's thriving, one power chord at a time.